You do not have to go viral to make sales online. I hope this makes you feel so happy like it made me feel happy when I first had this realization. See, I am somebody who has made people go viral. I've gotten people 1.5 million views in just 28 days, 14,000 followers, all this stuff in like a matter of a month from scratch. And I've gotten people 27 times ROA on their ads and all of this stuff. And for the longest time, I thought, man, you have to go viral to make it online. But what if your content's just not like viral worthy? That is okay too. You can make mid-level content and still make an impact. See, I started a brand new TikTok account focusing just on business. My ideas were based on both of my books, and I started talking about AI. A global head of AI for a Fortune 500 company saw my video on TikTok that had maybe 400 views at the time, if that. And they wanted to meet with me because they wanted me to speak at a group about AI to more Fortune 500 companies. That's not by accident, that's by the algorithm. When you make intentional content towards the people you want to serve, the algorithm will bring you to those people. And obviously, if you make viral content, more people will naturally see your video. And so sometimes that feels like the scapegoat way to get the attention online. But really what it is, like I said, being intentional with your content. And then the second part is being consistent. So content that is good. A lot of times business owners will say, well, I post every day. Like I'm always consistent. I'm posting. And I look at their page and they're posting Canva template type promotional flyers as their content and calling it a day. That is not going to cut it in 2026 and beyond. That stage is over. People don't want your promotional materials. And you might think, well, then how do I sell online? It's by becoming a founder-led brand and serving by showing up and providing value. It does not mean you have to do a bunch of educational content all the time, but what it does mean is that you're letting people in to the story. You're coming up authentic and you're showing them what this means. Oftentimes, to just give an example, I had a client who had an amazing story, yet I did not see that story online at all. And it was very central to their brand. So central that it was basically their mission. And yet I couldn't find it in their content whatsoever. Maybe one post here or there, and that was it. Now, this is how you're going to create this intentional content. And I am doing a shameless plug. I'm having a challenge called the Create Captivating Content Challenge. You can look below. And we're going to go deep into your content. Not just theory, but we're actually going to look at your specific content. So definitely sign up there. But I'm going to give you the gist right now in this video. So number one, you want to hook people. This stays true to viral content and intentional type content. Now, a hook does not mean doing something crazy all the time, although it could help. But it's incorporating something that is a pattern interrupt is what I would call it. That still allows you to visually show them the story. So you need a trifecta. You need something visual, you need the text on screen, and you need to be saying something hooky. So you need those three parts. And so the visual thing, to give you an example, I held up a potato that I was growing on my windowsill to explain that you don't need perfect conditions to grow. That was a creative way to use something that was already in my life. I didn't grow the potato for the content, but I found a way to incorporate something that was kind of weird, right? And then you need something that is a hook on screen. So I like to look at this as like a title of a movie. So when you're going to the movies, you look at titles. If you pick up books, you look at the title. Your content needs a title as well. That title is telling them, what is this piece of content about? You got to think about it like I'm a mini movie every time you're scrolling. You're going to get 1 second for them to go, I don't want to watch this. And that's based off of your title. That looks like the text overlay where you see sometimes people just have like something random where they'll say, this is how I got unstuck, or 2026 is looking like this, or whatever it is. But it's something that we want to create like an open loop, or something where they're going to think, I want to keep watching this. And better yet, it's not the thing that's coming out of your mouth in the first sentence. On the screen right now, I'm going to give you a bunch of different hooks that are trending and that have worked. And the thing is, they're endless, because a hook is just an open loop and you can create your own as well. But you need to have that hook online on the screen. It is your mini movie title, and you want it to be curious, like you want to be curious about it. And then you need to say something. And this is like your opening line of the movie, right? You want to say something that keeps their attention, makes them think, what? Makes them think, I don't know. And you hold off on that payoff of what this video is about, and not until maybe like 2/3 of your video. Because the retention rate, and this is where a lot of intention comes, the retention rate is how you're judged on your algorithm. So if you don't get a lot of views, people are swiping past your video probably all the time, because you don't have a strong enough hook on the video. That's why that is so important, because if they swipe past it, then you've already lost them, and then you can't be intentional. And you had to do a lot of research in this area. So oftentimes what I do with clients, and what I tell my clients to do, is take out an Excel sheet, literally go and look on social media and find all the hooks that are working. If you watched a video all the way through, put that on your Excel sheet. Figure out, what did they say? Did they hold off the payoff? What was their hook? Why did I stay there? Why did I not scroll? When you start looking at content this way, you realize, and this is how it becomes intentional, because you realize how much work actually goes into it. It's kind of like those dancing videos where people do those reactions, and you see a dance couple do some crazy trick, but they make it look easy, and it's so easy that people start trying out the dancing trick and failing miserably. It's the same with your content. If your content, you think you see somebody online and you see them talking on camera just in their car, and you're like, well, that's easy, I can do that. Okay, go do that, and then see how easy it is for you. And you'll realize that they've been preparing quite a lot more than you realize for them to be able to just stand or sit in their car and talk to the camera. It's a lot harder when you do the implementation of it. And additionally, video content is how people are going to get to know you. And so the best way to create video content is to learn to speak. So you have to create a good hook, and then learn to speak well so that people can understand your message clear. This is something I still work on. It's something most people still work on, and it's something that takes practice and time. But that's how you create the intention behind your content. Now, after we've done the hook, you've learned how to speak a little bit. Now it's time to share your story. Sharing your story is just purely about telling people who you are and why you're doing it. If you went into business just to get rich, this is probably not the video for you. But if you went in to serve people, then this video is for you, because people want to know why you started your business anyways. Business is just solving problems for other people. So become obsessed with their problems and showing that obsession within your content, and people will come to you. And then you need to be consistent. Now, it is very hard to be consistent when nobody's watching your videos. Like when you're getting 2 views or 15 views or 100 views, maybe even 1,000 views. Sometimes if you're usually hitting, a couple million and you get 30,000 one time, that really is hard. But what you have to realize is you have to still show up. Yes, you can predictably figure out which videos might go viral, but especially when you're starting from scratch, oftentimes the consistency is what's going to allow you to go viral. If you decide I'm going to post every day and then you stop posting on the 7th day, the algorithm is going to know you're not consistent. And now you have to dig yourself out of that hole. That's why I always tell people, if you are going to start a TikTok account, you better have 7 videos ready. You're going to post every single day, and you're not going to miss a day. Or if you can't do that, you're going to post every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. you're going to post every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You're not going to post Monday, Wednesday, oh, I forgot Friday, so I'm going to post Saturday. The algorithm is going to know that you're not consistent, and they're going to look at you as a consumer and not a creator on their platform. It's why the consistency component is so important, even to the point of posting at the same time, because then the algorithm is ready for your video. It's knowing, okay, Courtney's gonna be posting today, so let me have some room in these people's algorithm. It wants to know ahead of time that you're gonna show up. It's just the same in business. If you decided you wanted to shut down on a random Tuesday, people aren't gonna be coming to your retail store because they don't know if you're going to be open or not, and they drove all that way. It's the same thing online. It's just, it doesn't feel that way because it's just our phone and you think nobody's going to notice. Nobody's going to notice, but the algorithm will. They'll notice and they're going to penalize you for it. Now, when we go into the consistency and the implementation of this, the next part is having a format. Formats are things that make you bingeable. That's the best way to say it, is it makes you bingeable. And sometimes you don't, to the point you don't notice that it's a format. So you've seen those get ready with me's where they tell you about their life. One, the hand moving in the frame keeps you interested because people like to see your hands moving. It makes them trust you, and people like movement, right? But if you notice, their format stays consistently that way. They'll maybe say the same phrase. They'll open up with a similar shot. Humans like repetition. And so one thing you have to do in your content is be repetitive. The best way to be repetitive without overkill is creating some type of format. There's formats like Man on the Street where people interview. For example, the School of Hard Knocks. There's not a video where he's now sitting, in a chair interviewing people like a podcast. No, he's always on the street. That's his format of choice. He's never going to change that. If he does, that's going to be a whole new format rehaul. And then I guarantee you he would just keep doing it that same way for the next part if his format stopped working. But that format's not going to stop working for him. Now, if you want more of this, I'd highly encourage you to come on this challenge. And if you don't love it, you're going to get your money back, because I don't want you to be unsatisfied with this program, okay? It's $97, $297 if you actually want me to review your content. And I also going to have my business partner, Brock, there as well, who's going to show you how to not just captivate with your content, but how to convert so hard that you're going to have a completely different business in just a couple of months. This man brought a $30,000 coaching program all the way up to $700,000 in just a matter of months. So you're going to want to hear from him too. I've got the link below. I can't wait to see you there. If you're seeing this past January 26th, still click the link, because if it goes well, we might do another challenge. And I hope you have a great day.